world champion. Under 1800 world champion. Alright, and so one outcome will be SlyChess Z. And we're doing this so anybody that shows up. MattBruce25. Alright, and we're going to give you guys, because we don't want to wait too long, we're going to only give you guys 1 minute to vote, because, you know, you don't want to wait till the game's too far in. Well, we'll give you 2 minutes. I'll give you that. Alright guys, prediction is out there. So now that the prediction is out, Sly, you've already sent the challenge. Checkmate, you can go ahead and accept the challenge. It is 8:45. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck. We will be watching and commentating. Don't forget to turn off your sound. And then come back. Alright, we're waiting for the match to start. And there we go. We have a match, guys. Let's turn on the clock. And they are wasting no time getting into a French again. Just like we saw that they had played a French last time, they have another one. No surprise here, I don't believe. I'm going to make the board a little nicer while they play through the first few moves. Hey Allison, how are you? Allison lives. So this is not a tournament. This is a World Championship match. This is a match. Hey, thank you for the follow. We do have an under 1800 qualifier. I don't know if you've seen it, because if you join when you join the chat is when you see the broadcast, the chats. You don't see previous chats. So I'll put it out in the chat for you again. Take a look at that, and feel free to join us Tuesday for the World Qualifier. If you come in the top half of the tournament, you get to play in the candidates and thereby play in the championship. So it looks like they are playing the exact same line they did in their candidates tournament. And the question is, did they go and study it? Did they go in and analyze it? Are they ready? All right. So did they study this line? Because they went into a drawn game in this line. This is the exact same line, guys. So I'm wondering if they both are ending up playing the exact same line, except we have a new move here. And the question is, did Sly and Matt go out and look it up? Did they study it? Oh, I'm very interested to see how much preparation they put in to figure this one out. Very interested to see. This is exciting that they're playing the exact same line we looked at. This is the exact same line up to a few moves that we looked at. And this is exactly what you do when you're prepping for a match. Not for a tournament, but a specific match of a one-on-one match where you know you're playing, who you're playing, and you can look up what they've played in the past. Well, they don't have to look up what they played in the past because they're playing each other. They already played each other one game in the candidates. So here's a chance for them to check out what they played, and hopefully they did some checking and decided on the best route. So I would love to see this move right now, guys. Because what does White do? What does White do to keep from losing this? If he blocks, right? He can't block here, just got to take it off. If he blocks here, he loses this piece. Oh, guys, you know, this is where he's got to check it out, because he might get the same opening again on the third game when he has black again. If he went here with check, the king has to move, because if the king doesn't move, you drop the piece. You would drop the piece, guys. Wow, look at that opportunity. What a great opportunity. He had it the other game. He didn't know it. He didn't see it. I remember I didn't want to say anything because they might be listening, but now they're not supposed to be listening. We had an opportunity. This would have been devastating. The king would have had to move and lose his opportunity to castle. And with that move, then you still, you could always bring it back here. It's just, that would have been brilliant, guys. That would have been so good. Just one square short. You know, it's like when I start moving, I'm like, oh, is it gonna? It didn't make it there. It missed the mark. But imagine here, what does he do? He would have lost a piece, guys. And being up a piece, wow, to start the first game that this early in the game, that would have been awesome. So Allison, and all you have to do is join our 4 live stream team. I will definitely approve you. And once you're on the team, then you'll get a notice about the qualifier tournament. So it'll remind you. Tuesdays, 8:45. Love to have you join. All right, so now what? We could do this. 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. So takes. We still. I mean, this is looking good for black. He can also take here. He also has this option. He has a lot of options, guys. This is looking good. Yeah, knight to d2 would have covered up the protection from the queen. Chess Wizard. That's what we're looking for in preparation. Match preparation is different than tournament preparation. Now, that said, in the candidates, they knew their opponents, right? They knew who their opponents were going to be in the candidates based on who qualified. So they could have prepped, just like we're talking about prepping for this game, they could have looked up and said, oh, so-and-so plays this. Oh, so-and-so plays this line. And they could have been prepped for each one of their opponents, possible opponents, in the candidates tournament. So you could even do that. But in a match, once you get down to a one-on-one match, there's absolutely no reason not to prep for that specific person because you know who you're playing. And you can look up their games. They're all on SlyChess. They're on chess.com. You can look up people's games. And here, they can even look at the games they had just played in this tournament, in this exact tournament that they played in just a little bit ago. So this one shouldn't take them too much time to think over. I don't know why we would be thinking. This is what always amazes me about the clock, guys. Why would you spend any time thinking about that one? All right, it's an automatic move. We might see, weird stuff like this, but I think by far this is best. Could have done this if he was willing to trade off the queens. But I'm looking at this pawn is weak. He can't push the pawn to protect it. He's lost his dark squared bishop. They both have no dark squared bishop. So this pawn becomes very problematic. How do I protect that pawn? And he's probably thinking he wants to castle. But black is looking pretty good first game. Oh, this is exciting, guys. And they drew last time, so we have no idea how well, who's the better player, because they played totally equal. And in fact, if you look, they've played twice before that, and they split. So SlyChess won the first time they ever played, and you guys can't see, that's at the bottom. SlyChess won the first time they ever played, Matt won the second time, and then they drew. So that does nothing to protect the pawn. Does nothing to protect the pawn. So black still has a free pawn. Because if he takes, you just take. If the queen takes, you take back. No worries. You got a free pawn here. Does he take the free pawn, guys? Does he take the free pawn? Will he take the free pawn? Wow, what an exciting... This is going to be a nice match. If they play this quality all the way through, this is nice quality. I'm happy with the quality of play of these two combatants for the World Championship. Yeah, doesn't it? Oh, yes, it does. It's chess stalking, but it's a good... See, stalking has a very bad connotation, which is appropriately bad, right? Stalking has a bad connotation, which is appropriately bad, so we don't want to probably let's call it stalking, right? That's just probably not good. All right, I just like this. Let's just simplify. Takes, queen takes, pawn takes, bishop can hold here, knight can come back. Just don't get a rook here, pinning your knight. But even if you do, no, you don't want a knight. But yeah, I mean, you're going to take. It's just a question of, do you want to keep the queens on the board? That's really the only question. Do you want to keep? Yes, he does. He wants to keep the queens on the board. That much is obvious, guys. All right, now he's got a castle, because otherwise he's going to get a pin on that knight, and but he can't even push the pawn now because the queen is still hitting. So he chose not to trade, and now he's gonna be hankered with a pawn that he's got to protect for a while. Not too hard to protect, but he's got to protect, because right now it's attacked twice. And it's going to be attacked a third time quite quickly. But, again, no worries. He can deal with it. This is definitely playable. Black is fine. And black is up one pawn. That's all he's up, guys. Black is up one pawn. So after all this, black is up one pawn. But I showed you in this line, black could have been up a piece probably, or white's position would have been a horrendous situation. So missed opportunities. We're going to have to see if he can get into those opportunities. Right now he has fun stuff like this, followed up by that, but then what, right? Yeah, he has to move up. And then you can do a discovered attack on him. Oh my gosh. He can win material right here. This was a mistake. This was a mistake blocking the queen. And right now, white, he didn't. Black has opportunities. Black has tactical opportunities. Attacks the rook. If the rook comes over, attacks the rook. Rook comes up, attacks the queen, and now we're going to get the exchange, or we're going to win the queen. He's going to move the queen. You're going to take the. He had tactical opportunities. And where's he go? Oh my gosh, we don't like the queen in the corner. We don't like putting the queen in timeout. The queen hasn't done anything bad. The queen's a great piece. It's been wanting to play. Could have went here. Could have went here. Even could have went here to get over here. Look at this. Checkmate possibilities later. But what is he going to do from over here, guys? What is he going to do from over here? He's been put in timeout. Black does not like his queen. Black says, you've been a bad queen. You're in timeout. You're not going to get to play. And so now white's pieces, which were poorly coordinated, I guess he didn't want to go here because he saw this. So this move, yes, attacked the pawn twice, but with the queen here, he just had this nasty little fork. So he couldn't really put the knight there that I was talking about earlier. Right here, I said, oh, if the knight comes here, he has another attacker, but he can't do it right away, because if he does it, there's a pawn there. But I think he could have probably gotten away with it. Now, I think you need to be able to attack the queen, but that doesn't work because you just take, he takes back, and then you still take the knight. So yeah, he couldn't put the knight there, but this was still a bad square also. It would have been not as bad, but black just has so much. Black should have dominated that. Wow. So black had great opportunities. I really don't like the queen in the corner. I really feel like the queen is being punished for something he really didn't do. So now I think he needs to find a way to get the queen back into the game. The queen needs to be involved in the game, not put in timeout. That's just my thought process. The queen needs to be in the game, not put in timeout. And so I do see this. I do see this, but he could take first, and then what? What does he get after he takes? Nothing. So I mean, he could take. Black could take, and black still goes up the exchange, because if you save your knight, he saves his bishop. If you take his bishop, he takes your knight. And so now he gets this, but it's not going to work because the fork doesn't stay. Because then you take back this way, and then he moves the rook. And then he moves the rook, guys. I do like this, though, with possibilities here. Unfortunately, this guy's still in your way. But the bishop does hold the knight. So that rook moves. You're still threatening this. And now you put the question to the knight. Does that work? So rook takes, right? Rook takes. And then you move the rook. Where to? Can't go here. Could go here. But the rook moves. And when the rook moves, even if he wants to come all the way down here, you could put the question to the knight. Because if the knight moves, queen gets this move in. Not that it's mate, but it's annoying. We like being annoying. We like causing trouble. And that would cause some trouble. I don't know how much trouble, but it would cause trouble. Could even take with the knight, attacking the queen, and then you have discovered a check, because the queen has to move. This is better. This is better. Put the question to the knight, while the knight could just go here. The knight could just go here. The knight could just go there and take away all your fun, guys. That would take away all the fun. Ah, too bad. Too bad. Guess the pawn could go here. Then if he goes there, then you chase him again. Then he comes back, and then you chase him again. Ha! That may be a way to make it work. This is just, I mean, there's so many complications. Okay, we figured that had to come, and that's an obvious move. And now the other rook has to move. And then what's complicated is you want to do this one, but then if you see this, you're like, well, that doesn't work. But if I do this one, and he goes here, I can chase him again, then he comes back, and then I can chase him with this one, and wow. And then your queen gets in. Or the knight gets in, like I said. The knight takes here, right? The knight takes here. Now, you'd actually end up winning this knight, though, because the knight would have no squares to go to. If the pawn is here, and the pawn is here, and the knight's here, the knight can't even go here or here. That knight's just lost. That's lost. Knight to e3 blocks the queen. Yeah, but that's why we use this one. Yeah, we're both thinking the same way. It's just, and this is how you analyze, right? You say, well, I want to do this, but then he goes here, and how do I get rid of him? Well, if I go here to move him, he still has to go there, and then I can get rid of him. And if he comes back, I can do that. Oh, he gives up the rook, guys. Wow. Okay. Wow, he gave up the rook. He gave up the rook. I thought almost for a second he gave up the queen, but he only gave up the rook. Maybe he's looking, he doesn't even get a bank rank mate out of it. Okay, he just gave up the rook for a knight. Black is looking very good, even though this is still a horrible square. He needs to get this queen in the game sooner or later. Maybe here and slide the queen over. Okay, not sure what he's waiting for. Unless he doesn't know the piece values, right? If he thinks, oh, my rook isn't as good as the, that's a 3 and that's a 5, guys. That's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. He doesn't really have anything here. This is protected. I mean, he could have tried chasing first. Right? He could have tried chasing first and see what else he got out of it, but then this would later be a check. All right. So now we're almost at an endgame. Right? Maybe push the pawn, free the queen, because the queen's still in timeout. And really, yes. If you didn't notice, that bothers me that the queen was put in. It's like why? Why is the queen in timeout? What did it ever do? Can also bring the bishop back. Just have to be worried about these knights coming in. These knights can be very annoying, guys. These knights can be very annoying. And there's 2 of them. It would be nice to get rid of one of them. Like maybe bishop here and skewer the knights. Get rid of one of them. I mean, you're definitely ready to go to simplified endgame. I like the bishop here. I like the bishop there. Trading off one of the knights. Life is good. And you can do it right now. You can still do it. Go here, threaten to take here. You can also put his queen here, because if he takes your, oh no, his queen gets back. Queen gets back. My bad. And this check doesn't work because the knight just takes. So again, I want to get rid of that. See, we're doing we gave away 2 pawns and we put our piece in timeout. I don't understand the timeout thing he keeps doing. He could have put the bishop here to protect the pawn, but he put it here, which doesn't protect the pawn. Now it does cover that square. I'll give you that. Potential for later mates. But yeah, it just doesn't feel right to me. So go here, attack the knight. Attack the knight. Threaten mates. What do you guys think? Oh, better yet, come here. Hit him here. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. Come here, hits here, and threatens mate here. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Look at that. Nice. Oh, okay. But that would have threatened the knight, and even if the knight comes back, you're still mating. I think you're still mating. No, then the queen can come back because the knight would be here. But of course you could push. Anyway, let's see what happens. I do like this better than doing nothing. And his opponent's down to 38 seconds. Oh, what a good game. What an exciting game, guys. This is exciting. And it does look like SlyChess looked at his analysis and prepped a little bit, but I think both of them prepped. But I think they both missed stuff because they had better opportunities. Now, no blunders, and he's doing fine. He can't afford to blunder away the game. Right? You could blunder away this game, guys. This is not hard to blunder. Very easy to mess up. So, he's got to play solid. You know, blunders like this, bad news. But he could just do good moves like this, protects the pawn, gets his queen a little active. This does too. It says, let's trade. I got a rook. Rook is definitely better in the endgame. Doesn't want to trade. You can't leave your rook now. Now you can't leave your rook. You could throw a spite. Oh, it's not a spite check. You could throw a check in, but what does that do for you? He is attacking a new pawn. You could push the pawn. You could just bob. You could chase the knight. And then that does give him a check. I kind of like pushing the knight again, though, because where does the knight go now? Where does the knight go now? Yes. Yes, I like that. Where does the knight go now? Here loses. Or is it this first? Maybe it's that first? And then things like that? I don't know. I don't know. Ah, look at that. Can just start pushing the passed pawn. We know passed pawns want to be pushed. The good news about this move is he doesn't have to worry about the king being back rank mated. He does drop a pawn, but it doesn't matter because this pawn is going to queen if he wants it to. If he wants it to. And I would just be pushing away. That's me. Ooh. Or you could say check and win the knight. Yes, yes, maybe better. Maybe better, guys. Takes here, and now he's threatening mate. He only has one legal, well, he only has one legal move. He's trying to get that, he almost got that coordination to get the rook, but that's mate. Yes, wow, what a game, guys. All right, what a game. What a great game. If you guys don't know, we have sounds you could do with just bits. I mean, bits with channel points. What a great game. What a great game. Oh my goodness. Great game, guys. Are you back? That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. Looking forward to the next game, guys. Take a breather if you're back. Let's give him just a minute. Yeah, man. Yeah, give him a second. Let's just give him a little bit of time. Just to relax a little bit. Get the breath. Look at that. 9.1 seconds left for Matt on the checkmate. And SlyChess had 46 seconds left. They are using their clocks, guys. They are using their clocks. No, I did not. The poll ends after 2 minutes, but I won't give the results of the prediction until we know who the champion is. Because we don't know who the champion is, guys. All right, so let me give our first point to SlyChess. He gets 1. All right. So SlyChess is up 1-0. Good games, guys. Good games for both of you. Best of 5. Great job. We're excited. This was good quality. We're going to have some awesome games to look at on Tuesday. We will definitely review these games Tuesday because these are awesome games. No, it's not for each game. It's for the whole. It says who will be the next champion. It doesn't say or who will win the championship. It doesn't say who will win the first game. All right, guys. Great job. Get a drink if you need to. If you need to do a bathroom break, you better do it in between rounds because your clock will keep running, of course, during the game. All right. Any questions? You guys are ready? You can get started with your next game, although that was an awesome game, guys. That was awesome. Well played, both of you. Looking forward to the next game. Really looking forward to it. You can go ahead and rematch Matt if you want. It should switch the colors. And this time, Matt will be in white. I'm sorry, Matt will be black. Good luck, guys. All right, go ahead and get that next game started. We will put up the clock once the game gets started. Oh, he will. Sly, ready? Yeah, Sly says he's ready. Checkmate said he sent you the rematch. Good luck, guys. All right. Oh, well, we'll take a break, Checkmate. We did take a break. All right, you guys can silence me again. Please silence me because I am talking about your game. Good luck to both of you again. Good start. All right. So Matt has black this time and Sly has white. And guess what we're playing, guys? Both of them play the French. Both of them play the French. Both of them play the advanced variation. I'm going to have so many Frenches to look at later. I'm ecstatic. Look at this. And they're not playing the same variation, but it's very similar. So if we see Sly doing things like this, we're gonna quit and go home, right? Because that would be weird. Hopefully they don't play the same exact variations that the other one plays, but this is, to me, amazing that they both play the French. This was unbeknownst to me that they played the French. All right, so normal is here. I don't know how well these guys know theory. We already saw that Black had some really nice opportunities the last game that he didn't take advantage of. So we'll see how it goes this time. And he does know theory. It looks like he knows theory. We'll see if he knows theory. This is exciting to me. These guys are both playing Frenches against each other. They're both French players. That's how rare is that? I'll tell you what. So you have this or this. But usually it's this. Because you don't want to drop that. But I guess he doesn't care about dropping that. Yeah, you normally take this way in theory. Theory says you take that way, and this is still, but yeah, and and that drops the queen. This is a standard trap, very standard trap. We've seen this trap. LLMP has fallen for this trap, even though he should know this trap. Yeah, Bolt. Oh no, my queen. Standard trap in the French. And being a French player, you should know that trap and not fall into it, because that is a standard trap. This is like basic trap. But Black did, White had taken with the knight, which was wrong. And Black had the free pawn. Black should have taken the free pawn. And this is where we get into a long think. A lot of players do it. When you realize, oops, wow, I lost my queen. So you're looking for, is there some way out of this? Is there some way? And usually there's not. And, right, we keep going. So now, yeah, you take there first before you take the queen, so you get the free, you make sure you come out way ahead. Now let's see if he's going to put his queen in timeout over here somehow. I got to see if he does that. Queen is under attack. Stranger things have happened where people just leave the queen. I think a simple move would have been here to pin the knight. That you don't need to give away that pawn. You pin the knight. Queen has a lot of scope, a lot of range. But he's up a whole queen right now, so I can understand him just saying, well, I'm putting my queen back here. But he undeveloped it, and you didn't need to. Exciting games, guys. So now this is the first time we saw a blunder. We saw no blunders the first game. First game was solid. There were some opportunities missed. I'd say some mistakes made, of course, but I didn't see any blunders. So this is our first blunder because he fell for a trap, again, that I thought he should know. That's what I mean by blunder here. So we just need to develop, I keep saying we. White needs to develop his pieces, right? White just needs to develop his pieces. I'm not rooting for one or the other. I'm happy for both. But I will give a shout out to SlyChess because he does stream. But yeah, I don't believe I'm biased one way or the other. I'm happy for both. I'm happy that they're both here. Yeah, check out SlyChess' stream. He does these, not strange, but different. My shout-out's taking a long time to go. I don't know why. Alright, so we have some more, we did get some development. I'm still expecting the knight to get developed. What happened to my shout-out? Yeah, he doesn't really have a face cam, does he? He puts on There we go. I don't know why my other one didn't go through. That's really weird. Oh yeah, he doesn't really have a face cam. He has a, what do you call it? He has a, he shows those GIFs. GIFs, yeah. Yes, memes, GIFs, yeah. I guess, I don't know if memes are GIFs or memes. I know memes are supposed to be pictures like with words usually that are humorous. But his are GIFs, right? They short little clips, like short little video clips, like almost like TikToks, I guess, in a sense. All right. So what should he do? What should he do? He could come here and see about doing that type of stuff, and that would actually attack two undefended pawns. Now, he would want to be a little bit leery of that, but I don't think he should care too much. He can go here. If he takes here, he could take here, check, and he wins the bishop back. Oh, it's like he's listening to me. We know he's not. We know these guys are playing up and up and have turned off their speakers so they can't hear me. But yeah, that and see, I think that loses to that. Let's see if he'll find it. Will SlyChess find that one? Because I'm thinking you take here. You can't take here yet because this check wins that. Okay. I still think that was the correct move. But that's playable. And then you could put that in front if you wanted to. And that would have been so sweet too because you couldn't even put the rook in between. Yeah, that check would have been my favorite. You couldn't even put the rook below because the bishop still holds it. Yeah, this move was the move. Oh, does it? Ah, okay. I don't know. I learned bolt. I'm learning bolt. But yeah, oh my goodness. He just taking here was, I thought, a lot cleaner, better, faster, easier answer. I thought that was winning. I thought that wins the game. And this just lets him trade off pieces, which is not good for white right now. I mean black. Black can't really afford to trade off pieces. At least in my opinion. And we still have another pawn. Look at this, guys. We still have the pawn. That pawn is still going to be at risk. But he could protect it, but still, that would be nice. If you go here and he has to put his rook behind the pawn, you step up in front. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why we're not taking free candy. We again, sorry about that. It's not we. He could also go here to win that candy. So he has two choices. You can go here and double attack, or you could just take. Yes, some candy is poisoned. Poisonous? Yeah, I don't think that's how you spell poisonous. But yeah, some candy can be poisonous, and some candy is poisoned. And so we have to be careful. We have to be careful about free candy to make sure it's not poisonous or poisoned. Agreed, totally. Beware people giving away free candy. It might be poisonous. Might be poisoned. But yeah, he decided to go for that one versus the check and winning that one. And that makes kind of sense because, talk about poisoned. But it would have been you would have been a check. He probably would have moved back, and therefore you wouldn't get a check when you take there. But yeah, White's looking good. Now, that's still only 2 games. It's best of 5. If he wins. Doesn't mean he's going to win, guys. There's no guarantee that he's going to win anything here. You got to play it out. So the nicety is that there are no bishops. There are no queens to attack this king on any diagonals. Yes, sir. So White can throw caution to the wind a lot. And yeah, but he also gets this one. He gets this kind of reply though. So yeah, I'm thinking he just goes here. If he goes here, he loses it to again double attacks. Queens are one of the best double attacking pieces in chess. Right? It might be the best. Now knights are also. Knights are super awesome because they attack 8 squares when they're towards the center. Anywhere near the center, they're attacking 8 squares at once. And Black's knight is attacking all these squares all at once. Oh, sorry. Attacking all these squares. So he was setting him up for a check, I believe. Yep, I saw that one coming. Discovered. Pinned pawn. Best quad attackers, I'll agree, but double attacks, I think we should have a some kind of a competition to see which one is the better double attacker, the queen or the knight, because they're both very good. But here you go, the knight shows its strength right here in double attacks, and the rook is covered. So if he takes the right rook, he ends up with he's going to win both rooks. And he could take with the rook first, and that way if he takes back, then he takes back, and you end up with 2 rooks for a rook. If you take with the knight, he still gets to keep 1 rook hanging out. So this is a nice choice. Very smart choice by Sly, because now he almost has to take, and then he drops, and now you're up a rook and a queen. And I love it that Matt does not resign, because there's still stalemate possibilities. A draw does not hurt him. It still gets Sly closer to the magical 3 number, because it would be 1.5 versus 0.5, but it's still a lot better than a loss, right? You don't want to give him a whole point, especially if you get a half a point at the same time. Yeah, Chess Wizard, that might be an idea. I cannot argue your logic. He might want to stay away from it. He's only got 2 choices. No, he doesn't. He has 3 choices. Now, we could still see blunders, right? We could still see blunders. Blunders happen, guys. Blunders happen. That's all I'm going to say. Blunders happen. I thought that might come. I'd say even here and here. You'd even still take here. I'd even let him take just to take here. Because why not? You got it way enough, but you could just move it. Boom. And then this pawn will fall when the knight moves. You don't have to give it away, right? Oh, you missed it. You missed it, King. How you doing? It was a trap that happens very often in the French, and he fell for the trap. What can I tell you? He fell for the trap. So he could take here or here. He's just cleaning up. Yeah, discovered attack. I thought he might do that, but I thought he didn't have to, right? He didn't have to. He could have also, well, he couldn't because the pawn was in the way. And this should be pretty straightforward. He's got 2 pawns that he can move. His king can move still too. Should be looking for the best way to mate him. I think knight here, queen here. Two move mate. The great Gambito. Yes, but I agree with you, Chess Wizard. He needs to switch it up. Oh, he took the pawn. No, he might still get a stalemate, guys. Stalemates are possible. He has no moves for his king. If this pawn gets taken off by, like, say, this king, it's stalemate. That's why I told you, anything is possible. Beta was here. King couldn't move anywhere. This was mate. Right, he couldn't move here. He only could move here, and that would have been mate. Yep. So we see he's not right. It would have been a forced mate. So we see that they're still beginners. They're not experts. They're learning. They're both beginner players, really. So let's see if he knows this standard mate. Check here, mate, or check here, mate, or check there, and then mate. That works too. What? What happened to mate, guys? Oh, he still finds it, but wow. Why? I don't know why he... I don't know. All right, guys, that's 2. Good job, guys. Wow. We're having some really good games. That one, we saw what happened. It's a tough one, guys. So that's let me go back and turn off the clock. And this is exciting. We're up 2-0. One more win for Sly, and he wins. 2 draws, and Sly wins. Sly needs to get one more point, and he can do it through 2 draws or win. But it's not over, as you know. It's very, very possible for Matt to come back and win 3 games in a row and win the championship. All right, guys, no helping them. We're up to game 3 now. Good luck, combatants. Good luck. We'll see what happens. Will we have our 3rd French defense? All right, let me get the clock going. You guys can get started. You can take a breather for a minute if you like. You shouldn't read chat probably, guys, but otherwise, because chat's talking about opening lines and ideas and all that kind of stuff. Very exciting games. Very exciting. I'm looking forward to the... Oh, we got it started, guys. It has started. We are into the 3rd game. All right, 3rd game of the championship, and we eschewed Sly changes. Sly won with the French last game, but he had a chance to play the French again, and instead he's playing the Caro-Kann, and this would be a Caro-Kann that Sudakus is very familiar with. He actually had to play against this. Ratchet beat him in a game using this. And so it's very interesting that this is one of those like psychological things, right? You won with the French twice with white and as black. Why are you dropping out of the French? Why are you no longer playing the French? The French worked for you, right? So Tal was amazing. What do you mean very good? Tal was amazing. Yes, chat does misspell words. Yes. Yeah, I do not understand. Why Sly went away from the French. We're going to have to ask him after this whole thing when we interview them. I'm really curious. Oh, the Tal variation? See, because tau is awesome, but you meant the tau variation. Yes, did avoid G4, but the H4 advance is a trappy line against the Caro-Kann. Yeah, usually you get E6 in first to trap the bishop, and he didn't have E6 yet, so H4 might have been a little premature, because the bishop could have still backed all the way back up to D7 or C8. We have a totally different look and feel to this game. I don't think there's going to be any opportunities for anybody to drop anything major early. So before, where we had plays early where major pieces were dropped, at least the second game, this game we're not going to have that. I think this game will be much more equal. So we're going to see what happens here. Matt has to make a comeback. Matt's at the top of our screen. He's at the top of our screen with white. So he needs to make some headway, guys. He needs to make a move to get back into the running for this. He's down a little bit of material. Not material. He's down 2 games to none. He's down, not down. I didn't mean material. Sorry. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this match as much as I am. What a nice one-on-one match. I like this better than you guys watching me play. This is just fun. Don't know. Don't have a clue. Keeps the rook out, but otherwise, I'm not sure what he's doing. I have no clue what he's doing. No clue. That looked juicy. This looked juicy because it's only defended once. And maybe if the knight moved, 2 places, could have gotten 2 attackers on it. I think that would have been nice. Can't go here, of course, you just lose it. So we'll see. See, now he's back to here, which also is nice. Now, guys, we've talked last lessons, and we've talked about it a lot. Where do rooks belong? Open files. A rook belongs in open file. Now, that's a free pawn. So, again, free candy. Got to be a little leery about letting him come in. So that might make him hesitate about doing it. Whoa, what was that? Locks it in, but why? I don't know. And now he still gets this, but now you could trade the bishop for it. This would have been a nice prophylactic move, keeping the knight out. Still like it as a prophylactic move, keeping the knight out. Because if that bishop is gone, you're going to have a hard time holding on to the square. Well, maybe not. The knight should be able to go here now. Interesting choices being made, guys. I see this in the near future. This is a nice setup for Matt. Matt has a chance here to get a win. I feel this is nice because this is weak. And I didn't go for it because, this would stop the knight from getting here, but he still gets this fork. And if he instead castled, right? So take away this one, then the knight gets to sit here for a long time. And that would have been a nice square for the knight. This just blocks everything up, though. And we still need, they need to play on this open file. They both have this open file to play on. Matt and SlyChess should be playing on this open file. Doesn't really threaten anything that's not protected. So castling would have been fine. And putting a rook on the open file. Now white can take the open file. White has the opportunity to dominate the open file. He wants to protect the pawn first. Totally understandable. But black needs to castle and get a rook on this file. If he doesn't do this quickly, white should dominate the open file. Grab the open file and own it. And he wants to use, and actually the queen actually holds this pawn too. So we don't have to worry about this. This rook can move too. So yeah, white needs to try to own this open file. Black needs to fight for the file, but black needs to get a rook over here. But I think black is stuck with the idea that keeping my rook over here, which has some potential. But that knight also has a square. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. How can black fight for that open square? Nicety is if the knight comes in, you could push, right, and chase him away. So he gets the rook there first. I think that's a good idea. But now what do? Now you've got a castle to protect to get your second rook talking. Gotta get your rook over there. And then this knight move does start some threats. So this is going to be an exciting game, guys. I think it's going to end up being an exciting game. Notice they're playing a Caro-Kann, but what do we end up in? The advanced French. We're still in an advanced French setup with the light square bishop being out of here. So he got rid of the light square bishop, and we still get into a French defense feel. I agree. I think he has some chances for crushing, but look at this. He says, you know what? I'm going to keep my rook here. I'm not going to castle into this mess. I'm going to stay behind all these locked up pawns and stay safer. His king does have some different kind of king safety by sitting here. I just don't know how long he can withstand, because now I'm thinking the rook should double up, even as far as here maybe. Then the pawn here, probably not. But he could just go here. If he takes back. Queen takes back, and then brings over the other rook, and he's still going to try to win this file. Oh, he does go all the way down, guys. That gives him 2 attackers. And if he takes back with the pawn, chasing the knight away. But the queen is holding the pawn now. Wow, this is getting dicey. Getting dicey. This is getting dicey. He almost has to take. No, it doesn't. He doesn't have to take. He's got 2 pieces on him. What am I saying? He still has 2 pieces on it. Wows. Oh my goodness. Here we go. He just donated a pawn to open up the side, and he says, I'm doubling up rooks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 8. All 8. All hands on deck. All hands on deck, guys. All hands on deck. It's time for some bloodshed. They are not fooling around. They are going for serious bloodshed. Yes, aggression. They're both playing very. It's nice. Oh, and he takes. Oh, he takes. Oh my gosh, he takes. That pawn is going to push down his throat in a moment. I think that was a bad mistake. I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see that white is going to take advantage of this big time. That pawn, past pawns want to push. It's got a clean lane to go. I think the knight move here was almost mandatory. Wow. Wow. Matt's coming back. I think Matt might win this one, and we'll have a 2-1 game. What a nice... This championship is close. I like it. I like it. Come back by Matt. Yeah, I know you bet all your coins. This might be over. I agree. Oh, he gives up the knight. But he doesn't have to take the knight. He can still push the pawn. And if he takes the knight, he's going to take back with the queen? Because if he takes back with the queen, this pawn falls. Oh, look at this. Then he's going to look to pin the knight. Oh man, this is ugly. His queen won't be able to come over here and do anything. Now his queen is trying to stop the pawn. There's your blockade. So that this can be taken. So that means he almost has to move here or run away. But if he runs away, that doesn't work. He has to move up. I think he has to move up. You cannot allow this without being able to take back. I think he has to move up. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. The tide has turned drastically, guys. White has a very powerful attack going on. This is exciting. And he's wow. So for our pieces are still, and he ignores it. He ignores it, guys. That drops the queen. Yep, that drops the queen. Queen has no place to go without that pawn queening. We get a check, but that won't stop the tide. Roll Tide, as the song goes, right? Alabama, Roll Tide. He's in trouble. His queen is going to fall. Wow, nice comeback, Matt. Nice comeback. Wow. Wow, nice comeback. By comeback, I mean winning the third game after losing the first two. And inexplicably, in my opinion, Black went away from what worked for him the last two games. He had a draw the last time he played. Well, the last time he won with Black with a French, and then he drew the time before that. Yeah, this doesn't work. This is still over. Just takes. Knight takes. Queen can come down, threaten to take. You can't even, you know, knights. It's just over. Got choices, but yeah, it's basically over. You came second and lost only one game. Most of us who joined are really good, but all us play on chess.com. SlyChess were bad compared to their chess. Yeah. You get your ratings were lower than what they should be. Yes, understood. Niceties, you have things like that, but I don't think it's enough. I think he's in big trouble. Right? I mean, he is in big trouble. He's got a rook for a knight. Right now, he's got a knight for a queen. Probably his only chance is to hope something happens, but I don't know. And he's low on time, guys. This one's going to go past my 10 o'clock. I got that feeling for sure. They use all their time. The last time we did this, we had less time. So look at that. Just takes. Because if you take, you lose this one, and now the queen is going to, he's going to queen. Wow. Yep, this should be over now. And we get mate. All right, guys. Wow. Great game. Great game. Nice comeback, Matt. Again, if you guys want to take 2-3 minutes, don't forget, if you need a bathroom break, you better do it in between games, not at the beginning of, not before the game starts. So, I got to update my scoreboard. We have a win. Matt's on the board. Very nicely done, Matt. Very nicely done. Great comeback, being down 2-0, playing tough, coming back. We have fighting chess going on, and wow, you guys played really well. Really well. Whenever you're ready for the next round, you guys take a second if you need to. Breathe. If you, like I said, if you need a bathroom break, do it before you start the game. We're getting started, and look at this. We have another change up where every game was an E4 game up to this point. The first 3 games were all E4 games. We have a D4 opening. We have a D4 siding. SlyChess is the first one to change from the E4. And like he also changed from the French with black. So now he's changing away from his E4, which again he won with. And so again, I'm seeing that he's trying two different openings. Well, two different systems for both. He wins 2 games in a row, and then he goes away from what won, as if his opponent is going to have good preparation the next game. That would be true if he had hours between games to study, but he didn't have hours to figure this out, right? I mean, these are quick games, guys. I would not have been worried about changing. I would have kept going with what worked up to this point. I would have kept going with what worked up to this point. So we look at this. We immediately get, just like last game, just like the other game, we're getting into a situation where basically they're falling for traps in the very beginning, and Sly gave him an opportunity by playing a line that's different. He was winning before this, and now he's playing a line that who knows if he knows how to play it well. He was rocking and rolling. He was winning. He had every game he had won, and now he's changing up as the winner. He's changed up. Don't get it. That doesn't really work. That comes out, and then what? Right? Then what? And you can't. Well, I guess you could just take. Now, he does get to take here no matter what, though. So that's part of the problem, I would presume. Oh, good, King. Good. So yeah, this is it's. I don't understand the change. Sly had the advantage. He had the momentum. His openings were winning. He was getting good positions. And he went away from what worked. 2 times in a row, he went away from what worked. Why is he giving Matt opportunities to try different openings against him? I don't know. I don't know. No, that's just a blunder. Oh my gosh. No, it's not a blunder. I mean, he takes here, but he still gets this. But does he get trapped? No, he doesn't get trapped either. Almost. It looked like he almost got trapped. If the queen was here, he would have been trapped. If the queen was there. We can get a reversal on the threat. We can get a reversal on the threat. And by the way, you could go there, because if he goes here, then the queen actually can go here with check. Yeah, and maybe even mates. Lots of possibilities. Boom, right there. Lots of possibilities. Got to be careful though, because if the queen ever takes here, that'd be mate also. So he drops that pawn. You could just castle, because, right, you don't want to lose that. King would be out in the open. Oh, he's going for it, guys. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. This would be an interesting move, and I think a mistake. Because of that. Because you're going to get this check. And then that check. I think that would be mate out in the middle of the board. So that would be a mistake. That'd be fun. Be fun. Ah, so he does just castle because he can't just take. Right? He can't just take, guys. And now he doesn't have that check anymore. What is he going to do? What's he going to do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Sly's playing from behind this game, guys. Oh my goodness. What games? Yes. Agreed. Bishop to c6 was a good trick because it would have led to mate. But now you could do it. There's no more mate, and you still got to hold on to this knight. So we're talking about here again? Probably. Okay, not all the way. I know he's down material, but still, it's an exchange, right? Was it? Yeah, he's got all 4 minor pieces. He's just down the exchange. It's just down an exchange. So, I say go ahead and trade off everything, and you're only down the exchange, and now he's getting forced into it. He's pretty much getting forced into the exchange. Yeah, wow. Bad. Forgot they had to hold on to the knight. Just had to come here. This doesn't hold on to the knight. Although it does attack this knight, you forgot this. You forgot this. So now you go here, rook comes. This is not good, guys. This one might be over. Wow. We might have a and I say it again. He allowed this to happen. So whoa, you guys, whoa, slow your roll, guys. My goodness. You do not have to start playing yet, Sly. You can take your breath. Okay, I guess we are playing, and we're not playing. Once again, they are not playing. They are on a roll. They do not want to slow down, which I think Sly should have taken a breath. I think Sly should have taken a breath. Matt just tied it up. And Sly should have taken a breath and said, you know what, let me get my wits about me. I don't want to tilt. And Matt tried to start right away because he just won the last game, but I think it's, you know, if one of them wins this game, it's over. If one of them wins this game, it's over. Well, thank you, Sounds. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Okinawa, that is England and Japan were the 2 places I've always wanted to visit when I was a kid. Never did, but 2 places I've always wanted to visit. So, wow. Nice. Nice. I'm glad you could join us. I'm glad you take the time to join us. Thank you. Alright, this is pretty much theory. There's nothing exciting going on here as in not being theory, but again, Sly changed his openings each time, and I don't know why. Won twice with e4 and the French, and then he switched up and played d4, and he played the Caro-Kann. I mean, it's nice to have different openings, but you're playing a match for the World Championship. You should play what's working. Why would you go away from what's working when you're playing in a match? Nah, but Bolt, if he's dodging preparation, his preparation won the game. His opponent's not going to have time to go study between games. He's not going to study between games. You play your prep again. Right? There was no trap. In fact, Black missed some opportunities. He missed some opportunities. He could have won the game faster. So yeah, why? Oh, I just think, yeah, I think he missed golden opportunities, much less opportunities. Golden opportunities. So let's see what happens here. Now we get a whole different kind of look and feel to the game. You know, he could develop his bishop, and then maybe castle, queenside even. I like that idea. I like this idea. And then look to castle, queenside. Queen can come up here, bishop's here. Don't even develop this knight until later. I wouldn't even worry about my knight until much later. You could put it out here, but then you're begging to be pinned. You're begging to be pinned, guys. And I love pinning more than I like being pinned. I got a fly flying around in my room. It's annoying. This is it. Whoever wins this game, if there's a clear winner, if there's not a draw, if there's a winner, match is over. Whoever wins this, wins it, is the champion. Definite alignment issues. Definite alignment possibilities. But can he take advantage of it? And I'm still seeing the pin. Oh my gosh, this pin is still a beautiful thing. Sly's got to come back. Wow. 2-0, quickly fell back 2-1, and then 2-2. I mean, they are total matches they've ever played. They're 3.5, 3.5. So why not pin first, though? Just curious. And this knight now is free to help out, but that's about it. It's not doing anything else over there. All right. Well, Black still has 3 pieces, right? 2 pieces, 2 pieces. So this pawn is still can't move forward, can't take. Can move forward, but can't take. But, you know, he's got 2 pieces, so that's not a problem. There's so many things. I'm still looking at pinning the knight. I don't know why you wouldn't pin the knight. No, I probably not. Probably not, King. That just helps him pull the pawn towards the center. I don't see any benefit there for Black. White is looking good. White has the center. Definitely owns the center. Look at that. Owns. Whoa. Well, I guess the queen can't take. There's a truism there. The queen cannot take. Queen cannot take. But now the knight can't move without losing the rook. Right? Because we haven't moved this bishop yet. Taking here gets very mucky. Where does he go? Right? If he goes here, which he could, well, he just goes there first because you know what? You can't take. But knight here, I think he's in great shape. But then you get the check. Can't take here, he loses. Check. Mate. So now the knight is under attack. You could use the bishop, but then this pawn is under attack twice. How about just that, guys? How about just protect? Protect. Attack the bishop, protect the knight. I like it. That solves his problems, I believe. So one of the beauties of chess is tactics, 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 right? And there's always tactics to be played for both teams. And here is an opportunity where you're looking at tactics. This tactic attacks the knight and attacks the pawn twice. But then this tactic says, well, I can raise you 1. I'm going to attack your bishop and take that away from you. And if he takes, you could take this way. And then the knight can take. And then the bishop still has to get out of here. This bishop is killing me because otherwise the rook would have helped out and you'd be in good stead. You could, I'll take your tactic and raise you 2. Alright, so why not just take even with the rook? I would take with the rook. I would take with the rook. That way the queen, when the queen moves, I take the rook and say check. Queen has to take back, and then I can bring my bishop here, and I'm good to go. Or actually, this bishop is going to fall. I can get both pieces. I take with the rook. I take with the rook. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh my gosh! If he had taken with the rook, he was golden. Now he takes with the pawn. He has to take with the pawn. Because if he takes with the queen, he gets mated. He still gets mated because of the same problem. If he had taken with the rook, the game was over. If he had taken with the rook, the game was over. That's gotta hurt. Now you could just say, I'm not even gonna worry about the queen. Take my queen first, but he might as well take. But now he's down the exchange again. If he had taken with the rook, the game was over. Black wins, I think. Black would have won. Missed it. Took the wrong piece. Even if he had taken the knight with the pawn, it would have been better because he wouldn't have had the check. But if he had just taken the rook and taking the knight, let it be protected by the pawn, attacking the queen, game was over. Game was over. Game was over. Whew. Wow. Wow. And now what do you do? Because he's going to double up his rooks. So you can move your knight here, your rook here to be protected by the knight, so you can move the bishop. You gotta get this. You only got one rook left. You need to get him, and he's going right for the pawn, so that you can't even do that. It's going for the pawn, so you can't do that. What do you do instead? What can you do? What can you do? If you move the bishop, you lose the rook for free. We. He can't afford to do that. So what does he do instead, guys? I don't know. He could still go here. He takes, and then he goes there. No, because then he gets to take with the rook, and he gets 2 pieces. So it's almost like he needs to do that, so he could. But he can't develop the rook that way either. Oh, he's so stymied. How about here? He takes here, and then bishop comes here to protect the rook, so he can at least save. What? I think this match is over, guys. I think we have a new world champion. I think he's tilted. I think we have a new world champion. Sly put up a great... Sly was winning 2-0. Sly was winning 2... What a comeback. Matt wins the next 3 games, I think. He might still not win this game, but it's looking really unlikely that SlyChess can pull this out in any way that I can see. He's giving away all his pieces. He gave away the bishop. He's giving away the knight. Hey, J. Dietrich, how are you? It's just a question of how do I want to take it. And he's just got too many pieces. No back rank mates, and now he's doing this to make as if he forgot he had a rook. Yep, I just see bad news coming left and right. He actually didn't even, he could have thrown in the check, and then with the bishop, he probably could have mated him out in the middle. He's got another rook still. Yeah, right? Oh, I have another rook. Where'd that come from? No, it wasn't mate right away. I'm saying, though, that he should be able to mate him. He has 2 rooks and a bishop, and everything is flying at him. I'm thinking he has mate. Yeah, I'm not sure what this move was either, but it doesn't matter because he's in trouble. He's been in trouble for a while now. I like it that he's fighting, though. Don't give up. Again, stalemate. He's still in the... If he gets a stalemate, he's got another chance. But oh, that hurt so much. His openings were working, and he flinched first. He moved away from his opening. I'm surprised. That just hurt so much that he gave that away. Oh, look at that. And if he takes, the rook takes back. And then you still can't take the bishop. The bishop is untakeable. You can't take the bishop. That's got to be frustrating. That doesn't help. Could have taken with the bishop, by the way, and set up a discovered attack. I love doing that, personally. But yeah, this is not looking good. He really only has one choice, so that one's easy. When we get this, threatening to checkmate with a pawn. And I don't see any way to even stop it. It's going to be checkmate by pawn, and there's no way to stop it. And he didn't see it. That's checkmate by pawn, guys. What happened? He missed checkmate by pawn. He missed the checkmate by the pawn. Well, I guess to take first and then run away. Yeah, he had checkmate. He had checkmate. Maybe we will get a stalemate. You never know. You never know. Yeah, it would have been nice. He had it. Push this pawn. He's got to lock up the pawn so he can get a stalemate. It's his only chance. Stop trying to win. You got to. You see, you can't take that pawn. You cannot take that pawn. You want stalemate. And he still might be able to wangle it. It's his only hope right now. I think like I said, we're going to have a new world champion. The question is, who will it be? Okay, forced move. Unfortunately, forced move and mate. Oh man, guys, what a matchup. Still think SlyChess should have taken a breather, and I thought he should have kept with his same opening repertoire. He was up 2-0. My goodness. What a comeback. What a comeback from being up 2-0 to losing 3-2. What a comeback. What a comeback. It is a brutal game, isn't it? And we have it, guys. We have a new champion. We knew we were going to have a new champion, but what a way to do it. What a comeback win. Hard to believe. Wow. Wow. Definitely need some rounds of applause, guys. Wow. What a great job. What a great match. Being down 2-0. Being down 2-0 and then finding the resolve to come back and win 3 in a row. 3 in a row. SlyChess needed 1 win or 2 draws. 2 draws would have also given him the championship. Wow. Good games, guys. Good games, guys. That was very good. Yeah, I mean, wow. Wow. Good game. So Matt is our new world champion. I will be putting that on my about page, and we will, in fact, we can set that up right now, because right now the world championship and our match winner is MattBruce25, also known as Checkmate 442. Is our world champion. Congratulations. Great job, Matt. You are the new world champion for the Tiberian under 1800 world champion. I'm going to put that on my screen. I'm going to just keep it up there as the world champion, MattBruce25. You will be the world champion, so maybe you'll get people challenging you left and right, and we'll go. Oh, you turn on some music? Oh, okay. To be honest with you, Checkmate, you can watch my stream. I think Sly made the changes, and I think it was a bad choice. He went away from openings that were working for him. I don't either, Sly. You were up 2-0 playing E4 and the French, and then you won 2 in a row, and then you changed your openings, and you you won easy 2 games quickly with your opening, and then you changed away from your openings. I didn't know why you did that. And Checkmate said he's never going to play the advanced French again, as white or as black. So that was funny. Yeah, I don't know why you changed you went to the Caro-Kann, Sly, and you went to D4, and then in this game you went to E5. You didn't go back to the French that worked for you your first game. So didn't understand why you changed up. Did not understand that at all. Yeah, checkmate. I would have been much more interested to see. I think it would have been much more interesting if Sly tried to if Sly still played the French, to see what variation you would have had to change away from the advance because you had just lost. So that would have been, I thought, a much better choice by Sly. You guys had time beforehand to prep lines, look at lines, figure out what you wanted to play against each other because you knew who you were going to play. And I think, I think it looked like you guys had, it looked like you had prepped for each other, but then you didn't stick to your prep, Sly. It looked like you just went and started playing other openings. Oh, well, yeah, okay. You're bored of the, wow, yeah. That's a good, honest answer. Thank you. But wow, yeah. If I was your coach, I would have been like, "What are you doing, man? You just won 2 in a row. You got to play the same opening until he beats it." Especially since all you needed was 2 draws. Yeah, I think you should have. You should have stuck with it. You lost when you went to new openings. Even the last game, you could have went back to the French again. I love the French. And and I thought we were going to have like every game be a French because both of you played the French. And then you went out and Sly, you blinked first. You moved away. He kept playing E4. You played D4 and you stopped playing the French. So it was interesting. It was exciting. It was a great match. It's just not wow, what a comeback. Matt was down 2-0. Yeah, well, but you win go talk to Magnus Carlsen, okay? You're trying to win the championship. Yeah, that was well done. It's very well done, very exciting. So Matt, hopefully you don't knock yourself out of contention by being over 1525. I think we're going to give a little leeway and make it 1550 chess.com rating because 1525 is such a weird number. But if we just roll it up to 1550, I think that would be fair. And so we're going to make it 1550 chess.com or 1800 SlyChess. So you got to be both of those. So I think I'm pretty positive you're okay now because that wasn't your high. That was a very well even match. I loved it. It was great. You guys were great. Now, the way this works is we start the qualifiers again next Tuesday. We will find for 3 weeks, and then the 4th week we have a candidates tournament. And checkmate, you can't play in any of the qualifiers because you're the champion. You're going to just sit and wait, and you play as much as you want. But you can watch all of the qualifiers. You can watch all of the challenge, the candidates, and then whoever wins the candidate, one winner of the candidates, will play you that Friday. So right now you get to hold the championship, and unless you're disqualified, you get to hold the championship, and every month you'll have a new challenger until you lose. You'll be able to stay the champ, and we'll see how long as long as you can keep it. Because basically you have the chance of losing it because you're getting better, right? And if you keep playing for the championship and you keep winning, your rating should also go up. Okay, I've got to give out the points. Oh, I typed that wrong. Okay, let me know. I appreciate it. So choose the outcome. MattBruce won. And who got points? I think Chess Wizard, I think he put in points. I think he should have won points. I don't know. Let's see. Yep. Chess Wizard is just cleaning up. 18,000 points. You could do sound effects forever. 18,000? You could do sound effects forever. Just go for it, Chess Wizard. All right. That was great. Past my bedtime. Worth staying up for, guys. Worth staying up for. I need to find who we're going to. Oh, Sly is actually streaming. Sly, you going to keep streaming? Or are you done? Yes, he did. Just Sly, are you still streaming? Or are you going to be getting? Are you done? Because if you're going to keep streaming, I will pass this raid over to you.
But I guess.
Can you let me know, Sly? Are you going to stream? we'll give you a raid there. Hopefully you're going to keep streaming. We'll raid you, my friend. And have a great night, everyone. It was a great championship. I will be reviewing the games on Tuesday before the next qualifier, and then I'll get back to lessons for the next 2 weeks after that. But we got to go over these games, and we'll use this for the lesson. So we'll do a lesson, and we'll get something out of it at the same time. All right, guys. See you later. Have a great night.